welcome back to InFocus, the show where we bring you real conversation with people doing real things and sometimes unreal things as well. Our today's guest is a total powerhouse. She's a compliance pro, a motivational speaker, a lawyer, barrister and solicitor, and also did I mention that she plays dhol like nobody's business. She's a proof that you can have serious job and seriously cool hobbies. Please welcome the multi-talented, multi-passionate and completely inspiring Jahangeet.
Hello everyone, this is me, Jahangeet Singh. I can basically write a book about myself and you want me to introduce, but I'll try. I'm everything about solving challenges. You give me anything and everything under the sun. I have the capability to solve that and I take that, honestly. But yes, I'm all about music. I'm a very fun-loving person. I love meeting my friends. I'm very social. I like sharing my story with people. I like knowing other people's stories. I think everyone's about story. So I'm basically all about fun, yeah.
Love that. Dhol and law, how did that combo happen?
It's a very heavy question, honestly. I feel I've talked about these two things separately, but never in conjunction. So this is going to be the first time I'm going to talk about both of these things together. I know it feels very odd, dhol on one side and law on the other side. I know it feels like two different things coming from two different planets. Odd, right?
Yeah.
But you know, there's this one thing that is common between both these things, and that is my passion towards both of them.
Oh, wow.
So, law started as something that empowered me right from my childhood. I had my parents' support. I saw that as a career. This is something that I chose from my mind, that I want to pursue law as a career. And dhol started from something that a 12-year-old girl wanted to have fun. She did not just wanted to clap at the side. She wanted to be in charge of the beat and the rhythm. So I was like, at one point I was like, I do not have to choose between both of these things, and these things can coexist, and that's what makes me feel very powerful, and I love it. So yeah, I never had to choose between both, and both go well in conjunction with each other.
So do I. I love it that you can do both. Not me. It's
I'm
heavy,
juggling.
right?
I'm juggling, honestly, all the time.
Right.
Doing one thing or the
I
other.
mean, I can understand. During COVID, I bought a guitar, right?
Okay.
Because we had lots of time,
course,
right?
Of course.
And now that guitar is still in the case. Everybody who sees it asks me whose guitar it is. Now I say it's my son's guitar.
Oh God! But you know, it's very fun. COVID did give us this time that we got to you know get back to something we wanted to pursue. And I love. We should go back and like try that again, Sakshi.
Let's try. So you're telling me that you were in litigation, banging the gavel by day and banging the drum by night.
Yes, and you know what? I was thinking about that, and you can just say that I'm beating something all the time, be it the opposition in the courtroom or the dhol on the stage. I'm beating it up.
Love that for you. Love it.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, but jokes aside, what pulled you into law? Like I think we heard somewhere your dad had something to do in it.
Absolutely. I think he had a major role in making me even consider that I wanted to pursue law as my career. He's a man of principles. He is all about principles and values, and he has a very strong personality. And growing up, even the dinner table conversations were always about the court, and it was basically a mini courtroom at the dinner table. So I think he always, throughout my childhood, he always taught me to stand up for others. Mm-hmm. He always instilled the value to speak up whenever things felt unfair. And law was just an expression of all those values that he gave me, and it kind of gave me that same thought process. I think he saw that sparkle in my eye towards law that I got from him, and he recognized that I had the mind for logic, I had the heart for justice, and then he pushed me towards it, and I love it. And I don't think so any other profession I could do as justice to as I'm enjoying and loving my profession as a lawyer.
Okay, you've got this amazing background, like practicing litigation for 3 years, and then you did your international law studies here in Canada, I think, and now you're a practitioner lawyer in Ontario. How did that transition go? Like, was it a culture shock or like a career shift?
Okay, so yes, I was practicing litigation full-time in India. And I had a government job, which is a pretty big deal there. I was fully immersed in the system, and I was full-time into the courtroom, out practicing, drafting, and it was all about that. But I knew deep down there that I had to expand my base. That's when I thought that I wanted to put my master's degree, which was in international law, that I wanted to put that to use. And I thought, let's move to Canada. And trust me, when I say move to Canada, it was not just a move, it was a full-on mission for me. 100%. Because I had to go through the entire licensing process here again, from the scratch. So what it meant was doing those 5 exams, just 5 exams for getting my credentials in Indian credentials in Canada to get my Canadian law degree equivalency. Then it moved to next 2 exams, which was one for barristers and one for solicitors, and then 1 year of articling. So basically almost around 2.5, 3 years of work that I had to put in again, all through scratch. And then that's when I got my license here in Ontario. It was a hard journey, trust me, but I love to taste the fruit of it. So I'm enjoying it.
Wow, that's good. Did you give your barrister and solicitor exam while you were doing your master's, or you did your master's first and then you went for the exams?
So I did my master's back in India. So international law, I thought, okay, it's going to be fun. When I was back in India, I did not have this in my mind that I want to, move to Canada. So I just took it very casually. I was like, why to get into a thing? I wanted to learn more. So I was like, internationally, I want to know what things are happening around in law and get to know that perspective. So I did my international law back in India. And after my master's, I went into litigation. I did 3 years in litigation. I basically practiced criminal law and family law matters. I was also dealing with, one point, I was dealing with matters related to bankruptcy. And I was dealing with insolvency cases and everything around it. But I did not get that kick, I was like, I want more. I wanted to do something where I could be recognized at a wider scale. And that's when I thought, so I gave a pause, I gave up my government job. I was like, now it's my time to, even if it means starting from scratch, I'm not scared of it. It's okay if I have to, do all the studies again. And then I gave up my job, I went into studies, and then 3 years, almost 2.5 years, and yeah, I'm here.
Wow. And what was your family's reaction, I would say, when you told them, no, I want to leave my job and I want to go to Canada?
Oh, trust me, everyone went bonkers. They were crazy. They're like, you are not thinking straight.
What's gone into this girl?
This girl is not thinking straight. Something's happened. What are you thinking? Did something happen? Did anyone do anything to you that you altogether want to move to a new country? You're pretty settled here. And I'm like, no, this is what I want.
And now moving on to compliance. That sounds serious. What are you doing in your current role?
I know, right? So yes, I work in the compliance department with the AOLCC. And my job is basically me and my team work around making sure that we meet the ministerial guidelines, we meet their standards, and basically making sure that each and every student file is in order and is, according to the guidelines as the ministerial rules. But the fun part is, when everyone thinks of compliance, they'll be like, rules, boring, paperwork. But me and my team do more than that. We are all about interacting with students. We are making sure that their academic journey is, smooth. So basically, it's not compliance. It's mostly compliance, but with a heart, because of the interaction and this understanding that we have with students. And I love my job, honestly. It's a very smooth transition, I feel, from a legal background. It's very well related with the compliance.
Okay, Jahangeet, let's move on to our next section now. We'll be talking more about dhol and your TED Talks.
Okay.
Right? Okay. Let's talk dhol first because it's just cool. Right? What made you pick it up? Was it rebellion, hobby, or stress relief?
Okay, well, rebellion, check. Hobby, check. Stress relief, check. You got it right, Sakshi. Honestly, I think you did your research pretty good.
100%.
So yes, me picking up the dhol was all about this 12-year-old young girl who wanted to, again, be the center of the stage. She wanted to take charge. She wanted to own the rhythm. She never wanted to dance to anyone else's beat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
so
that's
that was like, I want to play it and I want to make other people dance to my rhythm, my beat. So that was the whole concept. This very random day, I was coming back from school and I was like, I want to learn dhol. Very randomly, because dhol, is very, very big part of our culture back in India.
Yes.
And it's basically a part of every celebration. And this random thought in my head, I was like, I want to do this. My parents were like, okay, yeah, sure, go ahead. But the fun part and the strange part, again, is that I did not know that there was this stigma attached to playing dhol.
Really?
Until I started playing it.
Wow.
My parents never showed any shock or like amusement, like, you wanted to learn dhol. They're like, yeah, sure, go ahead. Just like any other thing you want to learn. But when I picked up the dhol and I started learning it, I realized that there were so many notions attached to it. Like, there were no girls playing the drum. It was always played by men and nobody questioned it. And that's how it turned from a passion, my hobby, to something that I wanted to own this thing up. I wanted to own this space, that it is no longer just related to music. This is now become a bigger thing that I want to talk about. And I want people to understand the fact that women can do anything. Like, I understand the dhol is heavy. I understand it takes a lot of effort and energy to play it around. So you have to carry it around the neck. Correct. And it takes a lot of effort, a lot of strength, a lot of training to be able to beat it properly, right? And that's why it's just men who were doing it. There were no women in the field, right? And I was like, so what? Women can be strong enough to play the dhol.
Yes.
And suddenly the energy shifted from something that just gave me joy to something that I wanted to go around and talk to people around it and make sure that everyone understands the concept that women can do anything, and basically talking to parents. So it's a very fulfilling journey of me picking up the drum from where it began and where it is now. I've been around talking on various stages, giving my speeches. So I think dhol chose me rather than I chose dhol. So dhol chose me to be the voice and I think it's a very big responsibility on my shoulders.
Correct. And I think a lot of women are playing dhol now, and
Yeah.
I love seeing it.
Yeah, I love it because, you know, I remember this incident where after me coming into this field, my someone in my close relatives, they saw that there's another girl who's come up, and they're like, oh, there's another girl who's playing the dhol, and I was like, I'm so happy. Why should I
Not
be?
a competition.
Yeah, it's not a competition. That's what the whole thing was about, right?
Yes.
And I love it. I love connecting with all the other girls who are coming up in this field, and not just this field. I'm going and talking about dhol, and it's not limited to dhol, right? It's about doing anything and everything under the sun.
Yeah.
Women can be pilots. Women can do their own, like, bakery, and they can be into wrestling. They can be into weightlifting.
Everything.
It's no longer a stigma. Like, let's move on and do better things, right?
Correct. How long did it take you to learn dhol?
I think I'm still in the process of learning the drum.
Really?
Yeah, so I started when I was 12, and I'm just 14 now, right?
Yes.
But yeah, it's been 14 years I've been playing the drum.
Wow.
So you can do the math there.
Basically by birth, right?
Yeah.
You started then.
Yeah. So, yes, I think I'm still in it's a very wide field. It's like an ocean, and you can never learn enough. So dhol is a traditional instrument, and now I'm just trying to not make it confined to the traditional roots, but also making it popular by collaborating with different artists around the world and making it more popular, more seen, and more cool. Because when we talk about our own culture, I don't know, it's this thing back home, or is it everywhere? People think that culture is not cool. I want to make it sound
no.
cool. So now people are like more accepting towards their culture. They're coming out and owning it up. But when I started, that was not the case. So now people think dhol is cool, and I'm making sure that they feel the same way throughout.
What's the vibe like when people get to know that you're also a lawyer who can play drum?
They're all things amused, shocked, distorted, not able to put two things together. I don't know what's the right word to use here, but I live on that reaction. I thrive on that reaction when I tell them that, oh, I'm a lawyer, but I'm also a dhol player. So
They go like, oh damn!
and I'm like, yes, that's the reaction that I always wanted, and I live for it.
Okay, you've done some motivational talks, you've done some live on stage performances. What does live stage give you that a courtroom doesn't?
I think it's the warmth and the exchange of emotions, the stories, the connection that I build on the stage with people, with audiences. It's so real. In the courtroom, it's all articulated. You have to present yourself. Someone's life is dependent on you, and you have to, get that aura, and you have to be very responsible around that. But when I'm on the stage with my dhol, I'm this free soul. I'm unfiltered, and there's real emotion out there when I'm on the stage. I'm connecting with people. I'm talking to people. I'm making sure that if I'm in front of an audience of, say, 100, maybe even if one person listens and gets touched or makes a change in their life listening to me, I think my life is sorted.
Yeah, that's a win, right?
So that contentment, that feeling of, happiness that I get being on stage, it's unmatched, and that completes me.
You've spoken about women empowerment on big stages and in day-to-day life. What does that look like for you in practice?
Women empowerment, or I would say just empowerment, is not about making big headline worthy things, doing, going out of the way and, just doing big things. It's not about that. It's about the little things that we do every day, the patterns that we break, the efforts that we put in our daily lives. I think that's more about empowerment, those small changes. When I started playing dhol, that wasn't empowerment altogether. What empowerment for me was showing up for practicing. It felt very, very hard in the beginning, because imagine a 12-year-old girl, very short, petite, and then carrying a 15 kg drum around her neck. It was very hard. It was challenging. But then me showing up for practice, even when my hands were bleeding, they were all bruised up, that was empowerment for me. And I think for everyone, it should be about breaking our own thoughts, our own negative patterns that we see in our lives. Just, telling yourself, oh, I want to sleep more. But no, this is the day I will get up early and get my work done. Yeah. That is empowerment, I feel, that we all can practice and, work on in our daily lives, basically.
Did you ever feel like you had to pick a lane, like music or law?
Okay, I'm going to ask a question back to you, Sakshi.
Okay.
Are you ready for it?
Go for it.
Okay, what if I ask you, you like your right arm more or left arm more? Tell me.
That's why we joined hands.
Right? You answered my question. That's there. So, same. You're a mother. You ask any mother, which child do you love more? I don't think so. Any mother can answer and pick one child, right?
No.
So, it's hard to think of these two things coexisting, but I have to pick one. I think that won't be me anymore, because these two things coming together makes me complete, and I can never pick between those two things.
Nice. And what would you say to someone who's like trying to juggle between the two? Like passion and their profession.
It's not easy, Sakshi, honestly. I have struggled myself, doing justice to both these things. And it's never going to be easy. If your life, I think, is easy, you're not doing enough. That's my mantra for life. If I'm comfortable, if I'm at this place and I feel good, that means I'm not pushing myself enough. And is it worth? I don't think so. I don't think so it's worth it for me. I want to push myself beyond my limits. I have to do above and beyond to get somewhere in life. If you have that passion to grow, then you have to walk the difficult way. You have to walk that path that was not taken by anyone else. You have to make your own path. So it's going to be difficult juggling between two things, making sure that you do justice to both the things. But that's how it is. That's the beauty of it, I think.
For the future lawyers out there, what's the real thing? Like, how do they actually get into the field?
The only mantra or thing that I can say is be prepared for the challenges. There's no easy way out of it. You will have to make yourself heard. You will have to show your capabilities. You will have to make sure that people understand your potential and they look beyond. Because in law, there's this thing, I'll give you a very funny context. In India, back in India, there's this saying that a lawyer is not successful until and unless the lawyer has gray hair.
Wow.
So that's the testimonial of if you're a successful lawyer or not.
Well, one day
because
everyone is gonna have gray hair.
That means that you're practiced enough. So let me tell you where that comes from. Because you've been into practice for such a long time, maybe say 20 years, and now you can be called pro lawyer, an expert lawyer.
So any new lawyer cannot be successful.
That's what this notion is around lawyers in the legal field. As a newcomer into a legal field, after leaving all your experience in back home, leaving that behind and starting afresh, again, it's going to be more challenging than you can ever think. But we have to begin, and it's how it is.
Okay, Jahangeet, what's the biggest career lesson that you've learned? No one prepared you for it.
I can say with respect to the legal field, I didn't see any big difference here in India and in Canada, because with respect to the legal industry, at the end, every law firm wants someone who has an experience of at least 5 years, 10 years, and then they want to hire those people. It's tough getting in as a newcomer. But for the biggest lesson that the question is about, I think it's not just a career lesson, it's a life lesson. No one's going to stand up for you. You have to do it all by yourself. And Canada has a lot of opportunities, definitely, but they're not going to walk to you. You have to chase those opportunities yourself. Be it any field, not just law at the end of the day, any field, anything you want to do, pursue. Opportunities are not going to come to you. So we have to be strong and brave enough to grab the opportunity, see the potential, and pursue them as they come.
Okay, Jahangeet, next is our very fun section where we're gonna ask you some rapid fire questions.
Oh God.
Just answer something that comes into your mind in maybe 1 or 2 words. Okay, gown or drumsticks?
Invalid question.
Not applicable.
Not applicable.
One motivational talk you still think about?
Oh, definitely, without a thought, TEDx. TEDx Chandigarh 2018. I was the youngest one there. Loved it.
Favorite hype song before a performance?
Hype song. Okay, let's ask this at the end. I want to come back to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Law drama you secretly love?
Law drama. I know you're expecting that I say suits or anything like that, but it is Better Call Saul. I don't
Never
know
heard of it.
Oh, okay. You need to catch up on that. But I'm very much into murder mysteries, true crime documentaries. That's all me. So everything that's like serious and intense, that's me.
No more rom-coms?
Not at all.
One word to describe your journey?
Courageous.
Wow. Advice you would give to your younger self in 5 words?
5 words, wow. Advice.
3:28 a.m.
Don't be afraid of the future.
Good
6 words.
job. Okay, next we have another fun section where we open...
Hey, you had to go back to that.
Oh, my bad.
on,
My
I
bad.
was waiting for
Your
that.
favorite hype song before a performance?
Okay, let's come back towards the end. Because, okay, let me tell you the story why I'm like stressing on this one. I have 2 hype songs. I did listen to one before coming here.
Which one is it?
One is a Punjabi one in my regional language, and the other one is I'm saving it towards the end.
I like Eye of the Tiger.
Oh!
And Who Run the World, good.
That is my song. Come on!
I guess.
So Jahangeet, it was lovely having you here today, and I loved everything that you shared with us. What I would like to know, because you've been through a lot and you changed careers, and you're working as a lawyer and in compliance and a professional dhol player.
Yeah.
So how do you keep yourself motivated, and how do you wake up in the morning and say, now I have to do this, especially when there's so much brain rot going on in the world? Like, people get distracted easily. How do you keep your head straight?
Well, I love the question, honestly. I have so much to say on this. But, truth bomb, I have my bad days. I cry myself to sleep. I feel that there are some days that I just want to lay in bed, rot, do nothing. And I question my existence in life. I question everything that I've done. I feel that I'm not enough, I've not done enough, I'm nothing. I have all those negative thoughts and everything. But one thing that really keeps me going is my faith. I am a very spiritual person. I love to pause and reflect. And I love giving myself those pep talks. I think that's the only thing that keeps me sane and motivated. And these pep talks come from this concept that I feel is of self-love. So the most important thing that I cannot place enough emphasis on is self-love. Just stop listening to what people have to say. Just do what you want. Love yourself. Own it up. Every day is not going to be good. Just acknowledge that fact. You can have those days where you want to just vanish and not exist basically. But then the third day, come up strong and then own it up. That's my mantra.
Do you have any mantras or practices that you do to keep yourself grounded, like having let's say a gratitude journal or affirmations? Could you share something that the general audience could use?
I start with just keeping still, trying to pause all those negative things in my mind. I just try to control that first. The biggest thing that we can do for ourselves, everything negative is going on here. If we control our mind and we learn how to control what we think, we've won 90% of the battle.
So my question is, what advice would you give women who are not feeling empowered enough?
Again, I think I mentioned it's not the big things. Don't think you have to do something out of the way or you have to conquer the world in one day. No, it's not going to happen like that. Your empowerment is you waking up at 4 and going for a jog. Your empowerment is you feel lazy, you just came back from work and you don't feel like cooking. Your empowerment is going in the kitchen and cooking yourself a good meal. Your empowerment is not feeling like drafting a case but still sitting on the desk, giving that 1 hour and getting it done. So it's the little things I think that make you feel empowered, accomplished. And when we begin from these things, with these things, we get to achieve a bigger result towards the end. That's what I've practiced in my life. And whenever I go around talk about women empowerment, I talk to parents of girl child. I tell them, don't stop your daughters from pursuing anything, right? Just let them be. Let them achieve those small things they want to do. Start learning a dance form, do that. They want to start bakery, do that. There's no barrier. There's no stopping us. Just do whatever you want to do. Small or big, doesn't matter. That's women empowerment.
So everyone has some dream job, dream future. What do you see about yourself in your dream? Do you see yourself as an amazing lawyer, or do you see yourself in a stage playing drum?
Wow.
Because you just started your journey here in Canada. So what brings you to Canada?
You need an honest answer?
Yes.
Let's do this. Okay, I'm so excited to answer this question. What do I dream about? How do I see myself in future? Someone who's not limited to law. Someone who's not limited to dhol. I think I've just started. I think I want to expand my horizons in different fields. I want to be a businessman. I want to, this crazy thing I always had. I wanted to be a teacher as a kid. I wanted to be a pilot as a kid. I wanted to do all the things. So I think I did not let that sparkle and that wish go away. I still want to crazily be a pilot. I don't know if I'll be able to do that. But I still dream about all these things. These are not crazy to me. I'm not afraid of still believing that I can do this. I still want to, get into being the best chef. I don't know. Yes, so there's no foundation for me. There's no one stopping me. I want to be someone who's not, bound by a country. Me moving from India was that reason that I don't want to be just recognized in India. I moved to Canada. Now I don't want to restrict myself to India and Canada. Now maybe I'm planning to move to US. Then I don't want to be restricted to US. I want to be known globally, and I know there's no limits to it, and that's what I dream about.
That's lovely.
Or
Thank
maybe
you.
you will see her playing dhol with her black gown.
Yay! Who knows?
So you mentioned that you've been playing dhol since you were 12.
Yeah.
So over the years, how consistent would you say you are as a dhol artist?
As much as I come out on these platforms and say, oh, I did all the right things, if you talk to my coach, he was always behind me. Why are you not doing this? Why are you taking a week off? You have to show up. And I was not consistent. I had my bad days again, right? I had to push myself to be consistent. I had to be really... My childhood was all about all the other kids having fun and me going to practice. Sounds boring, but that's what I did. And I had to push myself, my heart out of it, and think, no, this is what I had to do. So I was not consistent, but even if I took a few days off, I made sure that I went back. And I think in the larger picture, that was consistency. So even if I started at 12, I was in high school. Whenever I had my exams, I took off from dhol, and then I concentrated on my studies. Then when I had my summer vacations, there was no studying and me all about dhol. And yeah, back and forth. Again, keeping a balance. It was never consistent, but consistent in the bigger picture, I guess.
Thank you so much, Jahangeet. That was amazing conversation. And your story shows us that you don't have to fit into one box and you can be it all and own it. And whether it's a courtroom or it's a live stage, we bang it.
Yes, I loved my time here. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. If you've liked this episode, how could you not? Leave us a comment, give us a like, subscribe to our channel, and if you have some friend who needs to see this, please share it with them. This has been InFocus. Stay loud, stay bold, and stay in focus. And I think we forgot about your hype song.
Yeah.
Let's go back into it.
Okay, let me pull that out real quick. Oh, you're going to sing it with me?
I'll try.
No, come on. You do it. I'm gonna shake the ground. You held me down, but I got up, yeah. Pretty, cause you're not enough. I see it all, I see it now.